Chapter 35, The Jesus Trilogy, Book 2, Then There Were Two. It was getting cooler and cooler each day and colder each night. "When do we move on this, Uz?" Barabbas asked. "My sources tell me he is coming in soon." "When?" "Not sure, sonny." "Uz, we gotta know. 6 Points is in jeopardy. If we don't do something soon, the entire movement will die. Everyone I talk to or try to get help from says they need to see results. Otherwise, they'll consider the matter dead. They won't support our uprising anymore." I know. Can you stall him any more?" "Wish my dad was here. He'd know what to do." "Can't think in the past, sonny, but you can think of what those in the past did or might have done. You can draw on their experience." "How's that?" "You know your dad kept the pressure on. He was always dreaming up some way of keeping up the spirit of these downtrodden Hebrews." "Yeah, I know, but I'm me. I need information to act." "Well, you know one of his greatest traits was patience. He not only could outfight and outthink his adversaries, he could outwork them." "Where did he get that patience from?" "I don't know, son. I have to assume it came from deep within, maybe from the Almighty himself. Wish I had that kind of patience. I think I got my mother's patience, rather lack of it. You know, son, if this 6 Points dies, and right now he only got 3 points left, for me, you, and Ro, that there's three, as I figure it." "No, you forgot Dorian." "Dorian?" he said slowly. "Yes, I swore her in last week." "Dorian," he said again slowly, drawing out the word in disbelief. "My wife." "A woman?" "Yes, she is as committed as any of us. But she's a human being, and she is strong, stronger than I. Really. But is she ready to what? To die? More still, are you ready for her to die?" "She took the vow, when?" "1 week ago. We are committed, we do not, I repeat, do not want our baby growing up in a Roman world. We want him to be free. You know, Barabbas, if this movement, this 6 points, 4 points, or whatever, this dies, I think the chance of the Hebrews ever having any chance at freedom is gone." "I know, that's why I gotta keep the fire alive." "You know, son, I do a little reading. Well, my eyes are too bad, so my granddaughter reads to me. The scrolls talk of a Messiah who will overthrow the oppressive government of this world. But as you can see, if he doesn't show up soon, it may be too late." "Yeah, we used to joke about that Messiah in school. I got some contacts in other cities all the way from Tashkent to Damascus to Rome. They talk about a solution." "What's a solution?" "You know, how to solve a puzzle." The old man peered over at his candle that lit the room. It almost flickered out, and it gained back its usual intensity. "What's the puzzle?" "Well, you know the number of Hebrews in the world are maybe 5 million, maybe 6 at the outside. By far the majority are concentrated in this little Judean province. Well, the talk is that the Romans need this land to support their own subjects. They've got a population explosion over there in Rome and Italia. Well, they almost have a massive army, and it's spread out way too thin. The cost of even having such an army is staggering. They want the talk is they want this fertile belt of land for their own people. The revenue it could generate with their better methods of cultivation, irrigation, etc., could support them for a long time." "What about the Hebrews? What will happen to us?" Barabbas said, incredulity in his voice. "Well, as you know, they're making the most of them in other regions slaves, just like in old Egypt, and with their games they slaughter thousands weekly. Not just Hebrews, mind you, but slaves too old to work, no matter the ilk. I hear Rome is an amazingly beautiful city, marble upon marble." "Well, it takes slaves to build such a place, sonny." "I guess. Barabbas, I thought your father was this one, but I'm beginning to wonder if it is not you who is this Messiah. the Hebrew Savior. Me? You slipped a cog, old man. I'm not old, just very well experienced, Uz said in mock disdain. Sorry, old man. Ravis did not confirm the question. Sonny, I fear if we don't get this 6 points movement rolling again, well, I fear our race might be wiped off the face of this old earth. No, the scrolls say the Messiah will rule the world, this world. He'll be from the house of David. That's Hebrew. But son, the scrolls could be wrong. Ravis thought for a minute. He didn't think they were wrong, but what did he know? They are not wrong. God would not abandon his chosen. Talk in the big city is that the Romans are meeting regularly on this very subject. They are trying to dream up a method to move us out of here and then systematically wipe us out. No. Yes. No, Barabbas repeated, but then stared at the floor, realizing his old, experienced friend might be right. They probably will move us out to some tent cities in the desert to the east of Judea, then systematically kill us off. The problem now is how to conceal their murderous actions from the rest of the world. I stared up at the ceiling, astonished at the thought of such evil. Can they do it? Uz continued staring at the floor. You know, there are no secrets in this world anymore, and they've got the SL, secret police, too. Surely someone would find out, and then the world would turn on Rome, Barabbas countered. I don't put anything past them. I think they can and will do it if this Messiah doesn't show up soon. I think it will happen. Barabbas also looked down at the floor, focusing on a shiny circle that was the top of a nail. Can't be, he said dejectedly. 'Tis.